Hey y'all, it's Dan the Man here, and this is a video dedication for the Regeneration Nation members. I decided to do it here on YouTube because it would be just a lot easier. I can do it, the whole protocol right here. These are the protocols that I've been on for the last couple weeks. These are called Tonics, and I've received a lot of benefit, and so I called Tavis this morning and I asked him if I could have his permission. And he said, of course, because the main thing is that people just get this information. This is the basic protocol that he uses to help people to eliminate a host of illnesses and achieve health. And also, he spent many years developing this program, and this is what he does himself after all these years still, after many water fasts. This is how he keeps himself well in the modern world. If you don't know about Tavis and you didn't see the video with us, you want to go to Tavis Bradley on YouTube and subscribe to his channel. He's starting to put up more videos now, and he's going to share more, and soon he will have a book and also a video series as well, which will be available for a very reasonable price, and he will explain more in depth. He knows more than I do, but this is to honor the Regeneration Nation members, so that they can have these protocols, which we talked about last night on the live chat, which was really great. And if you're a Regeneration Nation member and you missed the live chat, I recorded the whole thing, and I'll be breaking it into 20-minute sections, and you'll be able to watch that because I knew a lot of you wouldn't be able to make it. And we went over some really great stuff. We went over the 3 pillars last night, and we talked a lot about healing. We talked about some personal stuff, but mostly we really got into some great health information. I look forward to the next Regeneration Nation live chat. But let me get started on this here. Let's do tonic number 1, and you drink these in succession. You got to make sure you start with the first one, you move to the second, you go to the third, you go to the fourth. Okay, and then this protocol will help to flush, cleanse, and heal. And then after this, starting early in the morning with the saltwater flush, then after you've finished your cleansing protocol here, which actually expands and then contracts the cells in the body, so and Tavis will explain this way better, but we just want to get this out there, and so we're doing that today. So I'm not going to try to explain much. This is a basic protocol with very few contraindications. There are some other tonics that are used for specific things, which we'll be leaving out, which Tavis will be sharing in the future through his different means, through the video files that he'll be producing as digital downloads, as well as writing several books. Tavis is more of a writer, and I'm more of a speaker, and you'll see that once you read his writings. Okay, so it's Tavis Bradley on YouTube. So this is the first one here, and what I do is I just take one Himalayan pink salt crystal, about yay big. And this here is for conductivity. Now, Tavis's book is entitled The Conductivity Diet, creating conductivity in a highly conductive organism, or what I have referred to in the past as cellular respiration. In a conductivity situation, organisms, parasites, viruses cannot take hold, and neither can the myriad of the toxins which are building up in the organism, creating so-called diseases. And then we are either getting our organs cut out, or we're getting more drugs stacked on top of the toxins that are being dumped on us, shot into us, bathed in, rubbed on, and eaten. Can you dig it? So we've got a lot going on. This is designed by a modern day master, Tavis. So I know there's going to be some people that cannot understand this. This is against their modus operandi, but the experiences that I've had in the last 2 weeks, the benefits I've experienced by drinking these tonics every single day for the last 2 weeks, and he said we're going to do this for 30 days, and then we're going to reassess where I'm at. But he basically says that you'll be on this for the rest of your life. And it's the way to go, because Tavis has sat in the desert for many, many days on end and just contemplated this. That's why I say, Tavis, you're crazy, man. Who sits on the ground for 7 days straight, doesn't eat or drink, and contemplates health? Not that many people. He's done it 10 times. When I heard that, I was like, yo, bro, I want to be your friend. I want to pick your brain. And so this is a program that's designed to help you stay healthy in the modern world, to flush, cleanse, alkalize, and to neutralize the onslaught, if you will, of the chemtrails and the viruses and the bacteria and the crappy food and everything else. So it's a flushing system, and it's a conductivity diet. First one is the sea salt. Tavis will explain it much better. He's much better at it. I get it. It's working really, really well, because not only am I flushing the system, but I'm also hydrating as well. And then when Tavis was here, he was doing some body work. I recommend everyone, while they're doing this type of program, to go get some deep tissue body work and start breaking up the acid crystals in your body. The waste matter that has built up through the cooked foods, through the meats, through the excessive carbohydrates, processed cooked foods, and cooked fats. And these are going to help with all of that. And so here is the saltwater flush. So we'll go number one. You let that dissolve, you shake it. So right now I am on number 2 of today's protocol, which I'm going to get into next. This is the expander. This is the conducer, the conductivity. This is the cell expander. Let's get into that. Okay? First, well, I'm going to dump my water. And this one first is lemon juice. Okay? About a quarter full. I think Tavis actually likes to do a little bit more lemon. When he was mixing these up for me, he was like doing half a jar of lemon, but I found it to be more difficult to drink. So I just took it upon myself to sort of devise this into my own, ability to consume it. And then when I took the lemon down to about 1/4 of a jar, instead of more like 1/3 is what he would do, I took it down to 1/4, and I found it to be much drinkable. Now, 1 tablespoon of the best organic powdered turmeric, which everyone knows is anti-inflammatory, blood purifier. Okay? So I'll put that, I'm going to move this, as we do this, off to the side. And then I'll have my friend Dan, who's visiting from New York, and Pete, who are YouTube Life Regenerator fans, right?
That's right.
But they came all the way from New York to come see California, and I was happy that you guys stopped by. We had a great conversation. And then they inspired this actually here today. They were curious about the tonics, and then I said, well, what the heck? And I already talked to Tavis this morning, and he gave me the thumbs up, because Tavis is like me. He ain't even trying to sweat anything. He just wants to teach. And that's why we line up, So, turmeric, and then again, the best powdered ginger. You're an excellent cameraman. 1 tablespoon of powdered ginger. Organic is preferred if you can get it. If not, but high quality herb shop is really good to go. Now here is the best quality cayenne. I think this is 110 heat units. Now, most of y'all are not going to do what I do, which is a full tablespoon of cayenne. I would recommend for the average person just getting started to probably do about half that, like a half. If you're a true soldier and you really want to make this work in a rapid way, then do a tablespoon of each. If you can't, because this is going to be pretty hot, and you can use the hotter the cayenne, the better the tan. No, I'm just kidding. But the hotter the cayenne, the better the effect, the blood purifying effect, the expanding effect. Okay. And you'll understand conductivity, expansion, contraction, flushing, and mineralization. We'll get into that next. Okay, so there you go. 1 tablespoon of turmeric, ginger, and cayenne. And go to Whole Foods or your local market. Just get the best quality you can. You don't want junky stuff, because the more pure it is and the better that it's been handled, making sure that the essential oils in these herbs are not denatured with heat or oxidation. So the better quality herb store, the better off the herbs will be, because they care for them much better. Okay, so there is number 2. And then I'll just give that a shake. So it's hard for people to understand sometimes. I know most of you are going to get this. For those of you who are angry right now about the big change in my life or whatever, or the new information that I'm bringing, don't waste too much of your energy and stuff, because we got to realize the fruit's not what it used to be. The environment is sure as hell not what it used to be. And we have to come up with new plans. And we have to get smarter. We have to adapt, or we will perish. And this is the adaptation. This is the future here of the people who want to live. Because they are trying to poison us. Now we got to get real creative here and go for stuff like this, even though it's outside of our box and we think, oh, these hucksters are selling all these green powders and stuff. But I'll tell you right now, I borrowed the green powders as well when Tavis came, and my teeth are way better than they were, stronger, and so there's a lot going on here, and I'm super glad I met Tavis, because it brought me up to a whole nother level. Next is the Chlorella, which many of you know is a heavy metal detoxifier, a radiation, that type of thing. Pulling that kind of crap, neutralizing it and pulling it out of the body. So the next is a Chlorella tonic. Alright, we're almost going to get this, but we're going to have to... This is BPA free, 5-gallon jug, plastic little lid here. I go to Calistoga, Harbin, or Shasta, and I've got 6 of those, and I have to harvest water about every 2 weeks. And so 1 tablespoon of Chlorella. And this is the contractor in the cooler, okay? And so the little parasites do not dig this at all. And then you contract with the green. You see how alive that is? So there's life, and that's what structures it and makes it into a tonic. So I'll shake that baby up. And then what I do, the best way to do is what I'm doing now, which I'm glad you guys inspired me. I was going to do it tonight, but to start early so that 24-hour marination period, so that the oils and everything marinate into the water. And the Chlorella becomes activated and sits and has a chance to really come alive again and create some structure in the water. I've always loved Chlorella. Like I said on the live chat last night, for some weird reason, about every 2 or 3 months, I would just literally eat a bag of Chlorella. Just the whole thing, my teeth would all be green, and then that'd be it. And then I would just crave it. And I would eat a whole bag of Chlorella, and then drink some orange juice or something after it, and then that would be it. And that was an intuitive thing. So a lot of this isn't really new. It's just that I kept a lot of things off the YouTube because I didn't want to hear it from the people that didn't understand. And but it's just time, and I have to set a good example, and I have to take the punches. I also have to, I know there'll be a lot of people that will praise me for this, and I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in my own freedom, to live my life, to be who I am, and not to be so like worried about what other people think and everything like that. And trust me, I have nothing against, you know who I'm referring to and things like that. And I don't even want to mention names, and I love every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? And they're all my friends. So, like they say, it's nothing personal. But, and it's not. And it's just, I'm just saying that I have to be free, and you have to be free too. So there's a lot more to the Life Regenerator message than just here, eat some food. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, here, please have courage, because I need to have courage, and I need to be myself, and I need to be free. And that's the only way, because freedom is my ultimate goal. And the ultimate freedom is my ultimate goal. And that, to me, means something very etheric, you know, and I wouldn't even want to try to explain it on this video. But it's really the truest, highest form of freedom, which everybody wants. Everybody wants freedom, whether they know it or not. The thief wants freedom from want. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So he steals. But he still wants to be free, because he wants to be free from the want of his drugs. See? Everybody wants freedom. That's why everybody gets up and goes to work every day, so they can have the freedom to do what they want to do in this world that's designed the way that it is. So there's a lot more to that, and I want to definitely get into the more of the economic freedom that we can create, and freedom on all levels. But for now, let's just keep going with this protocol here, because I wanted to do this. You know, I wanted to do it like this. I could have done it on Regeneration Nation, but I just decided to do it like this, because, and then I'll send all of the Regeneration Nation members over to the YouTube video, and it's just a little bit easier for me to do it via YouTube here. And so one thing I do with this, I was going to show it in this video, but I didn't need to. See, in order to avoid that spillage, I take this thing and I go into here, and then I use that to fill up, instead of trying to. When this thing gets like halfway, it's a lot easier. But until then, I use this thing, and then I just go along here like that. So it's a little bit easier to work with. But this here is Sheila G, which I had heard about it. So Sheila G was the only thing I had never used before I met Tavis. I had heard about it a lot. But I myself was also very, you know, trying to be intelligent. I don't know what that exactly that word is when you're trying not to get suckered. You know, you're being, I don't know what that word. Cautious isn't the best word, but just intelligent about the way you're seeing things. You know, you don't want to just. But then once Tavis explained to me, you know, and I've also seen the results of the Sheila G, which I'm still not exactly sure what this is, but it's in the middle between like moss and plant. So I don't know exactly what it is, but on this one, I just take about a half of a tablespoon, you know, a little bit more, maybe two on that. And then watch that. That just comes alive again. And that structures the water there. So, and then that is the protocol right there. That is the protocol. And then it takes you all day. You know, no one has to do this. It's just the possibility. You've got the conductivity, the expansion, the contraction, and then the flush, all the while being hydrated. And then you spend all day. Basically, I don't eat all day. I've had one meal a day since my friend Tavis came, and that's what the Essene Masters would do. And that's how Tavis and I line up, is the Essene teachings. And the Essene teachings is that one meal a day is a master, you know? And it works. And when those foods are concentrated greens and the fruits, which are, you know, olives and the avocados are fruits, and hemp is really good, and there's a lot of other oils that are beneficial. And this has all been just brought to my attention, although I knew that evening primrose oil was good, borage oil is good. I knew that hemp seed oil was good, but I would eat the hemp seeds. But if the oils are extracted properly, then you've just got medicine for the cells, for cellular integrity, hair growth. I don't know if it's the bringing the fats in or the green powders or a combination of both that is literally before my very eyes. I can see that my teeth are stronger, that the enamel is thicker. And although I already had really good teeth, I can just see visually that my teeth are better.
So there's a lot more for me to teach, and I appreciate the ability to just simply be doing what I'm doing and to be able to share this because with trepidation, you know, because of just not wanting any negativity or criticism or judgment or even opinions. I don't even care about my own opinions. And then I've got YouTube, and I like to look at the comments to make sure, are we going in the right direction? What do people need? Am I doing a good job? You know. Then I got to read all the other stuff. Huckster, oh yeah, you know, I'm getting small, you know what, punk. And I just would rather avoid that in my life because I would never do that to anybody. I've never done that to anyone. I'll never do that to anyone. No matter who you are or what you are, you can come to my house and I will cook the chicken for you. You know, and I will do it with love, and you'll be like, this is the best chicken I've ever had, and I will not judge you for eating it. So there's so much more to life. Like I was telling Pete and Dan here that, you know, the food thing is only one spoke on the wheel. If you don't have the hub, you just got like a spoke sitting on the ground. You know, you got this spoke of food or whatever you're eating or consuming, and it's just without the hub of the wheel, which is love. And then, of course, within the realm of health, you've got to have the love, but you've also got to have the oxygen, the water, and the sunlight. And then you can start looking at food and relationships and livelihood and all the other aspects that create a life that flows like the living wheel, so that you can flow through this life and have success and peace and flow. So we're trying to just, you know, create a nice strong wheel and trying to go down a nice smooth road so that we can have the ultimate gift of life, which is peace, you know? Wouldn't that be nice? And so the food thing here, as emotional as everybody gets, I mean the emotionalism around food, I'm excited about food as medicine. That's my job here on earth. But I do not get so dramatic about what people eat. It's so dramatic. Oh. I mean, it's just nutso. And this is me just venting. After 4 years coming up, in about a couple weeks, I'll be on YouTube for actually about 3 weeks. It'll be 4 years on YouTube. We're going to celebrate, baby. And, you know, that was me just venting, you know, because all I want to do is just help people to have a better life. And while I'm helping you have a better life, I get to have a better life, and we all get to have a better life because we're all squabbling about these little stupid things that doesn't matter. If you want to eat chicken, man. Come over to my house, I'll make it for you. Let me eat my raw foods. Let me keep on trying to try new things and experiment and have fun and expand my mind, and you know, but let's not squabble about the little stuff because that's what they want. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. They want us arguing over the stupid little crap while they simultaneously poison us to death, take all of our money with the drugs and the cutting and the potions and the pills and all that crap that doesn't work. Okay? Now all these here, these are things that come straight off the earth. You take them off the earth, you put them in a jar. These are foods. These are not isolated constituents in a laboratory. You know, even all the pharmaceutical drugs are plants that are, all the good stuff is removed, and then they extract one little thing, patent it, and sell it to you, and then it throws your body off chemistry even more when you're trying to get hydrated, you're trying to get oxygenated, you're trying to get illuminated solarization from the sunlight. I mean, that's the hub of my message, is those pillars, those 3 pillars, you know, and then we can start talking about food, relationships, and all the other spokes on the wheel. Maybe I'll even design some kind of wheel to make it easy. Anyways, I've taken enough of your valuable time, and thank you, Regeneration Nation, for inspiring me to do this. We can all thank Tavis, and we have a lot of great stuff coming up. We're just super duper excited about a couple of things that we've got in the works now, and we'll of course let you know all about that, and I will let you go, but enjoy this. This is the conductivity, the expansion, the contraction, and the flush, and the mineralization of the body. And then you eat your meal, And you know, my meal has been a meal of fats and greens, the avocados and the olive oil, some hemp oil maybe, and then a little bit of sea salt with some turmeric and ginger. And so it's like basically the medicines we need to stay up ahead of what is going on in this world that is up against us. And so we are really trying, instead of fighting amongst ourselves, we should really band together. Okay, you eat organic, free-range chicken, I eat chlorella and fruits and fats, and I'm a raw food guy and you're not. But dude, none of that makes any difference if we're all dead. See what I'm saying? We're all drugged out and sick and dying of a disease. We're trying to get to the truth. Because I see it more than anybody. I think the suffering, the continual, and people are trying to get into these pockets. My brother called me last night. You know, he's spent his whole life on fast food and drugs and stuff, and now he's trying to turn it around in 1 month. I'm like, bro, you're going to have to take 3 or 4 years. They want to cut his gallbladder out. And I'm like, dude, don't let him cut your gallbladder out. Because he's still like, oh, it could be a possibility. I'm like, no, it is not a possibility, because no one ever gets better when they take out an organ or gland, because you didn't get to the root of the cause, which is some kind of food crap you're eating, what you're smoking, what you're drinking, your sleeping habits, you're not getting outside, your relationship sucks, your job sucks, and you're breathing in toxins. I mean, you got to find the underlying condition. And that is what it is. And it isn't cutting something out of you or suppressing symptoms. This is just for the body here. This is just for the body here. And all the other aspects of my life are very, very well. You know. So again, more stuff to come from Dan the Man, because I'll go on forever and ever until we got it all solved. And everyone on this video can go, okay, now I don't need to watch any more videos. I don't need any more knowledge from Dan the Man or anyone else. I know how to live a good life, but it doesn't work that way in one YouTube video. So we constantly evolve and we constantly grow. So thank you so much for your time and attention. If you haven't subscribed to these videos, then do that. If you would go to my Facebook page and like that, I do some communicating over there as well. And if you're not a member of Regeneration Nation, you might want to think about doing that. We had the epic live chat where we spent tons of time answering people's personal questions. And then after that, you can go to regenerateyourlife.org and get some super cool DVD recipes from me that you can use for your evening meal, or juice recipes to help you detox as supplements to this, because I, within the day, will also potentially have another jar or 2 of juice before the evening meal. And eventually what I'm going to do is cut out the evening meal. Now that I am saturated with the essential fatty acids, you know, I've been talking to Tavis, and he says that eventually what we'll do is we'll take you off of that evening meal, and then we'll get you into full fasting mode on the liquids. And then we'll even go deeper when we head out into the desert for our vision quest in a couple weeks. And we won't be bringing the cameras on that one, but I will share with you everything that I learned when I get back. We're going to go study this waterfall in America that actually flows backwards. And we can't understand why, and we really want to do that. So we're going to go see, why does the water flow uphill? And once we figure that out, we'll know the answer to the mysteries of the universe. Peace.